This is sponsored for the Hollywood Historic Trust and its administrators, the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce. Today we have the pleasure of honoring the man who brings to mind a poised, self-confident, and mature actor who has honed his skills with deliberate care and success. Today in front of the Hollywood Galaxy, we honor DeForest Kelley. Don't worry, he is here. I just want you to know that. I have threatened many times to start ceremonies when they weren't here, but he is going to be. He'll be here in a second. You all know already, don't you? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, and about to take on his annual duty over on Colorado Boulevard on New Year's morning. Actually, Bill was born on Colorado Boulevard on New Year's morning. He's been there that long. But I want you to give him a nice holiday welcome now. A gentleman who's done a tremendous job helping us revitalize our community. And as you can see with the galaxy and everything else that's happening, please welcome Bill Wallace.
Thank you, good morning, and my thanks to Johnny Grant, the mayor of Hollywood and chairman of the Walk of Fame committee. And what a pleasure it is to be putting a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame in front of the Hollywood Galaxy, which is certainly great proof that our redevelopment project for Hollywood is on its way. We're going to accomplish much more in the next 30 years to improve this community of ours. And today, we move along one further step by honoring DeForest Kelley. We add one more of the famous people who made Star Trek such a wonderful entertainment feature both on television and on motion pictures. And eventually, we will have all of the members of that cast honored with stars in our Hollywood Walk of Fame. And I think that's proper, because as people come to Hollywood in the years to come and into the 21st century, as they walk up and down Hollywood Boulevard, they will know that we, like the rest of the world, appreciated what these great actors and actresses did to make this a unique and great successful story of the entertainment industry. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I know that you all know the characters, I know that you know the stories, the whole history of Star Trek much better than I do, but I must tell you a little about this gentleman this morning. I want to remind you of a few things about him. And this is for the historians that will be looking at these tapes years and years from now. As you know, DeForest is loved by fans worldwide for his popular role as Dr. Leonard Bones McCoy, Chief Medical Officer of the USS Enterprise, in the highly successful Star Trek television and motion picture series. DeForest was born and raised in Atlanta, where he first used his talents in the church choir. Later, a radio performance on station WSB earned him an engagement with Lou Forbes and his orchestra, and that was at the Atlanta Paramount Theater. After moving to California, he joined the Long Beach Theater Group. And during World War II, a Paramount talent scout noticed him in a Navy training film. This resulted in a screen test and a contract. DeForest remained with Paramount for 2.5 years, making his motion picture debut in Fear in the Night. Let me mention just a few of the other films he's appeared in. Gunfight at the OK Corral, Rain-Free County, The Law and Jake Wade, Warlock, Where Love Is Going, and a myriad of television appearances include Playhouse Dining, Slits Theater, Gunsmoke, Zane Grey Theater, Rawhide, and Clemenza. DeForest made his debut in the Star Trek television series in 1966, and needless to say, the rest is history. DeForest has given freely of his time and talents to many humanitarian efforts, including his many hospital visits to children and veterans. DeForest is currently reprising his role as Dr. McCoy in Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. As you know, that premiered recently, and I have a feeling most of you have seen it at least 6 times. Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, please help me, the Hollywood Arts Trust, and the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce welcome DeForest Kelley as we dedicate his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Coming down from the USS Enterprise. thing. I'm just going to call off some names here. I have a gentleman who's a real Hollywood story. He went to Paramount Pictures 54 years ago, went to work in the mailroom, and worked his way up from there to the spot where he produced some of Paramount's best grossing movies over the years. He's really had a remarkable career. We honored him a couple of years ago with a star on the Walk of Fame. He's been a friend of DeForest since that first day that he came to the Paramount line. I want you to give a nice welcome now, ladies and gentlemen, to Mr. A.C. Lyles, right here.
We at Paramount love DeForest Kelley so much that we go it. This money's nothing. We built the escalator. But that is an entrance, there isn't one, is there? Johnny said I've been at Paramount 54 years, and he's been with us 45 years. But the main thing is that Carolyn here has been with me for 48 years. And I tell you, when I look over there and I see some of these fans like Pat Neal and Chris Smith and Sue Keenan, others like that, I bet you when they say Star Trek, that word star means DeForest Kelley for all of them. And now that he has his name and the other wonderful people in the cast on the forecourt of Man's Chinese Theater, now he has his here, why, the main thing is, though, DeForest Kelley has his name in all of our hearts. Certainly here. Our hearts are with him, our arms are around him, and we at Paramount love thee as much as he loves us. Thank you. I have a letter. You'll see all of the other stars of Star Trek back here, but William Shatner couldn't be here. Louder. So Bill gave me a letter to read to you. It said, DeForest Kelley has long deserved a star on the Walk of Fame. I'm just a little apprehensive that all this excitement might be too much for him. He does lazy better than anybody I know. So everybody, put your arms around him and make sure he knows he's loved. I'm very sorry I can't be there with you to celebrate, but I'm in the tropics trying to get him a coconut. So, yeah, thank you.
All right, as I said earlier, you know all of these people so well for so many years. We won't have to tie up traffic here today if we just introduce by names, and I know that's all you need. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Leonard Nimoy.
I wouldn't miss this training. This is really great. I hope that one time during today's ceremony you will hear him say once more, he's dead. And Bill Shatner is right. He does lazy better than anybody I know, but in a great tradition of people like Gary Cooper, this is a man who stands right beside you and says the lines and plays the drama when it's drama and gets the laugh when it's funny. And don't turn your back because he knows what he's doing. He's great. He's a friend. He's a colleague. He is a rock on which much of Star Trek stands. Dee, may you live very, very long and prosper. Congratulations.
Now I'm going to introduce the people, and if they feel an urge to pop up here and say a word, that's fine by me. I just recognize the young lady who did her. That was his first season of Star Trek, and saw a couple of young guys went over and talked to her about the cute little short skirts she used to wear, and all of that. Miss Whitney is right there.
Oh, this is great. very, very privileged to be here, and I love Dee so much, Dee and Carolyn, just love them so much, and love you guys. You guys have really just been so supportive and so wonderful, and may you all live long and prosper. God bless you and have a wonderful Christmas.
Thank you. Well, many members of the cast, we've had a wonderful day, actually a wonderful week on this boulevard, and this is the beginning of a year-long celebration for Star Trek. And we had a great time up at the theater when they put their signatures. Now, incidentally, I want to see what I'm offered here now. As you know, there were 2 pencils used for putting your signatures in. And who do you think has one of them? Anytime you want it, you know where I am, okay? I know what that memorabilia goes for. Mr. George Takei, ladies and gentlemen, right here.
This is a very, very happy day for all of us. It's great sharing this wonderful day with Dee. 2 weeks ago, we shared another happy day just a few blocks down, just a block down, I guess, at Mann's Chinese Theater. And Dee announced that he was a doctor, not a bricklayer. After he finished, he didn't have to tell us that, we knew. But one thing that doesn't need to be said, he is most definitely an actor. And he certainly most appropriately belongs right here in the galaxy. Dr. McCoy, right in front of the galaxy. And one thing that we've never seen him do before, we're going to see today. He's going to get on his knees right on Hollywood Boulevard. A historic moment. It's appropriate that he be here because he has friends all over the galaxies. He's been loved by everyone. And Dee, it's wonderful to be able to say, friend, we're really happy to be here with you to share this happy day.
And how about a great big hand now for Mr. Walter Koenig, right here. Walter.
Several years ago, DeForest went to New York City to Madison Square Garden to be part of a celebration honoring Dr. J. And they asked various doctors, fictional and actual, to come down during halftime and to be saluted by the crowd. When DeForest was introduced as Dr. McCoy, there resulted an extraordinary 8-minute standing ovation, which no one else was afforded. Dr. Ruth was standing next to him and said, oh, who are you? What do you do? Dr. Ruth was not only the only person in Madison Square Garden, but perhaps in the entire world who doesn't know DeForest Kelley, Dr. McCoy.
All right, I see the co-producer of this film is here, and I may be putting him on the spot now. I have not asked him if he wants to say a word. I do want to acknowledge him, and if he'd like to jump up here and say a word or two, I'd be very happy to have Mr. Stephen Charles Jaffe, the co-producer of the film.
It's a pleasure to be here to honor a great human being and a great actor. This was my first Star Trek, and Dee welcomed me like I've been a long-lost nephew, and I'm just thrilled to be here to see him immortalized again in astrological terms.
Thank you. The gentleman who produced Star Trek films 2, 3, 4, and 5 is also here. He's assistant man doing a new series today, and when he isn't behind the camera somewhere or working on the budget, he is a civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Harve Bennett. Harve?
I didn't expect
expect to say anything, but since I'm here, I would like to tell you a short story about the only time I've ever seen D. Kelley thrown for a loop. It's my first picture. It's my first and almost last Star Trek convention in Houston. It has come in Star Trek annals to be known as the Con of Wrath. And the story simply is that I'm fresh off the airplane, I walk into a hotel, and Dr. Bones McCoy, ashen, greets me and says, 1,000 people are in the streets. Nobody has rooms. You've got to do something. We did something, and in the bargain, became friends for what I know is life. This is a really great guy.
Here is a lady who will be honoring her star on the Walk of Fame on January 9th. Yeah, you ready for that one too? Will you be there at 7 o'clock in the morning for her? All right, welcome her now, Nichelle Nichols.
I am so thrilled and excited to be here. It is also an honor. It's an honor because DeForest Kelley is such a special kind of guy. And he's married to a beautiful, wonderful lady who I've called for 23 years by her wrong name. I finally got it right because she doesn't like to be called Carolyn. And I love to call her Caroline. And I finally got it right one day. She says, thank you very much. Her name is Carolyn. I love them both because they've always been just exactly who they are, very down to earth. What makes me feel so honored also is that this guy, Dee, and I are both Capricorns. And we're getting our star in the Capricorn time of December, January. So that is wonderful for me. I remember when I first met, one of the first times I met Dee, Bill Shatner and Leonard Nimoy and Dee were standing over talking about me. And I thought they were talking about me because I was cute. We're just the first year on the set, you see, and I thought they were all kind of cute. And, but they were whispering and pointing at me. And Leonard and Bill put Dee up to come over to me and ask me he had to do the dirty work. And so he came over to me and said, I've been selected to ask you who does your work. And I didn't know what he was talking about. And he got teed off with me and he said, you know your dental work. And I said, Dee, these are my own teeth. And he said, the hell you preach. And so he called the guys over, and I'll never forget on stage, they stood me there with my mouth open, looking down sort of like a horse, making sure that I didn't have chaps. And he said, by golly, she's the real McCoy. So I'm very honored to be here with the real McCoy. Dee, there's nobody like you. You're one of a kind. Isn't it wonderful having you on our mind? I only know through sunshine and snow. Every time I'm with you, it's like the first time with my mouth wide open. The very first time with you. I love you, Dee, and you deserve every moment of people walking all over you. Come on down the night and walk all over me.
Isn't it amazing what go when you come out to Hollywood Boulevard. I'd have never known about that, would you? They're real. I have something here in front of me that I'll only read the bottom paragraph. This is from the city of Los Angeles, signed by the mayor, our city councilman, Michael Wu, John Ferraro, the whole gang. And now therefore be it resolved that the mayor and the city council of the city of Los Angeles, by adopting this resolution, honor and congratulate DeForest Kelley for his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and for his contributions to the motion picture industry. As I hand this to him, I say, ladies and gentlemen, hey, you know, I better declare DeForest Kelley Day in Hollywood. I will do that. I now declare DeForest Kelley Day in Hollywood and introduce our guest of honor, DeForest Kelley.
I would like to thank all of you wonderful people for coming out here to help me celebrate this very special day. I am particularly proud that Paramount Pictures happens to be sponsoring my star. Made so because in 1946, as A.C. Lyle said, as a young man, I started my career at Paramount. And there's so many people to thank, from Bill Michaelson all the way through to Gene Roddenberry. My career has also encompassed a great number of people that perhaps you haven't heard about. But there are the directors of Don McDougal, Bill Whitney, the guys who make fast and hot television shows. And there's A.C. Lyles, who kept bringing me back to Paramount. And eventually, John Sturgeon, who brought me back for Gunfight at OK Corral. And then Eddie Bennett, who had finally gotten me out of those bad guy roles by bringing me back to Paramount again to a picture called Where Love Is Drawn. So all of those people, and too many more to name here, the people who have worked so hard on this event, Allison Jackson, Hank Early, Brenda, all of the people that have worked to bring me to this position that I'm finally going to be in. I'm particularly proud that all of my roommates are still here. And I'm proud that I can look at Leonard, and I don't have to say he's dead yet. We're also happy. This has been a very exciting year for us. As you know, everyone has mentioned the different dates. The December 5th, the Man's Chinese Theater, December the 18th, this event, and September the 8th, which was the celebration of our 25th year, actually, of Star Trek. A very important date that just preceded that was September 7th, where I celebrated my 46th wedding anniversary. With this lady sitting here who, speaking of support, I can assure you I would never be here without her. I have often said, and I say again, that I make a living. She makes a living worthwhile.
I tell you what, so that we can help the press today, let's get all of the Star Trek cast to join us, and we will do the ceremony, and then we can have the other guests who participated join us for the second shot. Okay? Let's go down there.
We'll go up there. We'll see if it's up there. So, yeah, or you can just go afterwards and walk up the stairs.
That's right. The other day you misspelled his name.
Leonard, what's the odds that we'll race it?
I have something for you.
Star. Kelley, pull out. Okay.
There is a replica.
Yeah.
Now let's get the other speakers in for one shot.
Your man!
AC, get rid of the kitchen. And then we will hop out AC and fire.
You want to do stand up?
Yeah.
Why don't you do it
Let them all get in.
here?
I'm sorry.
Why don't you do it here? I'll be on top of you.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Hey, Mark. Here, why don't you grab your sticks? And since the antenna is...
Okay, come on, Harve, over here. Mr. J. Mr. Gabby. Okay.
Yeah.
Jump right over.
Hey, you see?
You did Charlton Heston's press conference.
Okay. We're now going on just the cast.
Wait, DeForest.
Okay, just the cast. AC, just the cast.
Everybody sit down to the right, please.
Did you get busted?
Yeah. We don't know what lunch is.
They got the sandwich.
Keep that card locked off. Turkey tuna.
Yeah. Here you go, Brett.
Bag it in the caddy.
All right, I want to say one more time, happy holidays to all of you. They're going to look over your way, don't worry. Happy holidays, and if you're just hanging around the boulevard now, this new theater has the greatest seats in town, I'll tell you. And on January 9th, we honor Nichelle Nichols. Once again, I want to thank everybody, from Paramount, the cast, everybody, and especially the fans. Thanks again. Thank you very much. Is everybody happy?
Kelley was born and raised
Georgia, where Kelley was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. Then your first trip to fire. Shortly after moving to California, he was spotted by a Paramount talent scout, kicking off his acting career. 3, 2, 1. Kelley was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia.
Incidentally, I want you to know something, and I want you to join me in thanking this man. When the weather report came out last night that it was going to be raining this morning, I phoned Charlton Heston and asked him to intercede. And Chuck Heston did it. So now Chuck let it rain.